Hello, welcome back to Random Romania. We're in the city today, so you don't get the usual cinematic intro. I'm here with a new contact of mine. Her name is Irina, and she operates a business that helps Westerners with all sorts of paperwork issues when they come to Romania. So having personally had many problems over the years trying to get documents sorted, companies set up, buying bits of land and so on and so forth, I thought this was a really good person to introduce you to. And with that in mind, over to Irina. I think the thing to start with is explain to me exactly what you do and why your business works. What is it exactly how you help Westerners? Really, that's what my followers are going to be interested in.
Okay, so hello. Basically, our business is in Bucharest for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We have all-in-one services for foreigners,
Mm-hmm.
notary services, translations, and legal services, especially
Mm-hmm.
for immigration law and commercial law.
Mm-hmm.
We have 12 in-house employees, also legal advisors, and 300 translators.
Mm-hmm.
So for foreigners, it's very easy to come to our office. We are in the center of Bucharest. We have 3 offices. And I think our slogan should be no worries. You know? Like we had a recent trip in Australia, and I liked everybody was telling me, Irina, no worries.
Given that there's
Okay.
a lot of companies doing this,
Yeah.
why should people choose you over all the other companies? I mean, what is it that you're doing differently?
Okay, thank you for this. It's a good question because we 20 years ago we set up this translation business, but 10 years ago we set a legal department under this umbrella, because we had a lot of requests for our clients, and for them it was easier to come directly to us, and not, for example, it was difficult to go to some lawyers. Sometimes is more bureaucratic process.
Could you give us an example of the kind of issue someone would have and why they'd come to you, and what example document they need or something?
They needed some urgent documents from some authorities.
Yeah.
And they needed to do very quick. So we have our employees, they just receive it in the same day.
Yeah.
So we have also urgent.
What kind of documents? So give me some examples of specific documents.
For example, there are a lot of newborn babies in Romania. There are a lot of foreigners in Romania. And if a baby is born, you need to obtain a Romanian birth certificate. And you should be assisted also by an authorized translator. So our legal advisors and translators go with him at the city hall and obtain this certificate. There are a lot of cases like this. Or, for example, we have a lot of marriages with foreigners. So between foreigners, and also from between a foreign citizen and a Romanian one. So we do this process, which is very bureaucratic, to be very fast, so we save money and time of our clients. So I think our competitive advantage is that we move very fast. It's very quickly everything. The price is better. I mean, because we try because of this short process, we make it. So the price also is very good, very competitive.
And what can we go through some of the actual services you offer in a bit more detail, like the type of documents you can provide?
Yes.
Or you can help people get. And also, so if for example I want to renew a birth certificate or something like that, what advantage do I have working through you rather than just going and doing this myself?
First, we answer every time the phone, so we are very
proactive.
Yes, we are very proactive, and we are very transparent in everything we do. We tell our clients exactly what is the process, and a client knows every time what is happening, and we do it very fast. For example, in this office in the center of Bucharest, we have our notary public here. So it's we have everyday clients for notary services because we have requests such to make a declaration for the kid to go abroad, or I don't know, some power of attorneys, or agreements.
That's like if a child wants to travel with one parent,
Yes.
the other parent has to give
We're in a trip with the teacher.
Yes.
So,
the parents have to sign over custody.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we have many services.
What about Westerners who want to buy land, who don't have the possibility to buy it on their name?
We have many clients who ask us to give them solutions. So we propose them this. We can open a company for them. For example, in Romania, a foreigner cannot own the land, even if it's an apartment, a new apartment, and it has a small part of land in the documents. So you need to buy this land on the name of a Romanian citizen or on name of the Romanian company.
Yes.
So we can make a company for them. So they buy the property on their name.
Yes.
It's a natural person. Buy the land on the legal person.
Okay.
And we organize everything with accountant, with.
I know a lot of people that follow my channel are interested in property here. So this one I'm going to ask a bit more detail about. If someone sets up a company, right? The whole cost of the company, just to bring that company to life, what's the cost of the company approximate?
What is the price
Yes.
to open the company?
Just approximate guideline.
The price is €500, and if you want, it's included everything: the taxes for the government, the assistance.
Yes.
So this person is making only a power of attorney, and we are doing everything.
Okay, and then
with the bank account opening, including
opening a bank account.
Yes.
And if for that company to have the accounts. Like the company won't do anything because it's just owning a property. So that company, just to keep it alive every year and to file the accounts and to give it its own office, like registered office, because I know that requires a contract between the company and a
legal address. Yes.
A legal address. Yeah.
Okay.
How much is that?
So for the legal address, it's optional. I mean, we can help with this. We make it in our office, so the client knows that it's this office and not somewhere in other part. It's €300 per year.
Yes.
It's a standard price on the market. And when our client is buying a property, for example, we immediately make this legal address on his name, on his company, because we want to our client not to have a lot of expenses.
Yes.
So he will not pay the next year.
Next year.
Also, we have solutions for accounting. We have agreements with accountants.
How much is it? Because this is one I personally had issues with over the years. How much because the accounting shouldn't be expensive because the company doesn't do anything, right?
Yes, but anyway, in Romania,
I know.
The prices now are higher and higher because the inflation and everything. But for example, an accountant now takes approximately 75 or €100 per month.
Yes.
But we have an accountant. We negotiated with him. And the price for our clients, it's 200 per year.
€200 per year.
It's a very cheap price.
That's okay.
It's a very
that's
cheap
good.
price, yes, so we can come with these solutions.
Okay. What other things would you like to tell our followers? Have you got questions about?
Yeah. I would like to tell you who are our clients. It's a very interesting issue. Our clients usually are foreigners here in Bucharest and in Romania, but I saw a thing that a lot of foreigners are coming to Romania now and are contacting us. We have every day a lot of requests. Usually is people who are retired and have time, or young people who have time, or business owners or freelancers. And I think they are looking, so they found in Romania a place where they have free of movement and this idea of freedom to have an authentic experience. And
What does that mean to you? What do you mean by authentic?
I will tell you a very interesting case of I had a couple, a very young couple. They were very young, I think in 20s. He was from Australia and she was from UK.
Right.
And they came to us to organize a marriage process and some papers with the notary and with residence permit and everything. We also deal with Romanian citizenship issues. So I asked them, why you came to Romania? And the guy said, you know, Irina, I come from a very wealthy family and we have everything there. But here I came to Romania and I was impressed about the food. I go to the market to these old ladies and I can taste and eat a very healthy food. We go to mountains, we make hiking, we go to, so they were just so impressed and they said that they want to live here. And I asked her and she said to me, Irina, I was working in UK, I had a job in a corporation. And I understood that it's not for me to be an employee and to be just. I want to be a freelancer. And I asked them, "What are you doing here?" We teach English to Romanian children. It was a very.
What you've just said there is a fantastic pitch for Romania because that's many people who come here. They say the same things. Just the food, you know, because in many parts of the Western world. People think, you know, chickens come from supermarkets. They don't realise that there are places you can go in the countryside where people, it's normal. Like in Romania, you know, probably half the people in the village I live in keep chickens. It's something normal. Very good. Yeah. Any more? So, sorry, go on.
So I will tell you other stories, interesting stories. So, for example, we have retired people coming from Canada, from US. They were Romanians but immigrated and then want to come here to Romania, come back here because for them they have a good pension and it's very good choice for them because
it's just a financial thing. The money goes much further. That makes sense.
It's very comfortable to live in Romania with maybe a salary or a pension from Western countries and they're very comfortable here because they told me, Irina, we can afford to go to restaurants every week, to have a car or two cars, to have a good house. We have sea in Romania, mountains, and in Romania there are a lot of parks, forests. Also we have clients with families. For example, clients who have kids, families, even if they work or have a business, they like very much Romania because in Bucharest there are many international schools.
Yes.
I also have 2 kids and I am very excited about Romania. We have, Romania is very secure. We have good healthy services here and for kids it's great. Also they have opportunities. We travel a lot with our family and it's also a very good thing to come for foreigners. Because from Bucharest, there are a lot of you can travel everywhere, especially in Europe.
One thing that I noticed very quickly after I moved here in early 2000s, and one thing I noticed, which is still true today, is how many kids are free to wander around outside, and you know it's safe for them. You can't really do that in many places in the Western world now. Certainly in the cities, it's not safe to let small kids wander around. But it's no problem here. And that was always something amazing for me, you know.
I like very much that Romanians are very friendly with foreigners.
Yes.
Yes, it's a great thing. You have here the freedom to work, to have business. We have a lot of freelancers who are working in IT or in marketing, and a lot of foreigners coming here because we help them to open companies. And taxes are very low. It's 1%, and if you are in IT, it's 3%.
Yes, I know about this. So this is another interesting thing. Anybody who's watching, if you're a freelancer and you in IT or any kind of online business that you work, you can get set up here, and the taxation levels are very very reasonable, as is property costs and property tax. So it's a very good location for.
Yes.
I personally know a bunch of freelancers that came here.
Yes,
but that's
because now we are. It's globalization, and you can have income from everywhere, but live where you want.
Yes.
So there are a lot of people coming here to Romania. There are great hubs, like places where people are working together. It's common spaces, yes, and they work. And I saw great places like this here in Bucharest.
Where are those? In Bucharest?
In Bucharest, yes.
Yeah.
And probably, yes.
In the big cities
also
like
in big
Brasov and
cities,
Cluj and
yes,
whatever.
yes.
Co-working space.
Co-working spaces,
Yeah.
yes, thank you. And they are looking amazing, and
Yes.
It's so great to have this community in different
So,
industries.
I was telling you about my community that it's a good opportunity to update, because I know a bunch of people following the channel are curious what's going on with our community. We made a bit of a breakthrough because I was looking for someone to help us progress things. We weren't happy with the way the planning was going because we need to build, we need zoning, and I was being run around in circles a bit. Now we've got a new guy who I've been speaking to for many months now, and he's moving back. He's a Romanian guy, similar age to me, moving back from Canada, and he's going to be the right-hand man on sorting out all the building permits, all this kind of stuff, which is great. But what's interesting, he's a software guy by profession, but what got me thinking from what you were saying about co-working spaces is that's exactly what we want the community to be, but in the countryside, because like I love the idea of working with a bunch of smart people, doing software, computers, engineering, all this. This is my hobbies are these things, right? Mm-hmm. And we want to build things and make videos about them, but I want to do it in the countryside because I like. City's nice to go out for a coffee, whatever, but for me, I want to be in the countryside. The problem is all the smart people come to the cities. Actually, that's not fair. There are plenty of smart people in the countryside, but you know what I mean. Software,
I understand you because
engineering.
My sister is living in Australia, and she was a digital nomad many years ago. She traveled in all countries, and she met her husband in a digital nomad conference in a cruise trip. He was doing the same, but he's Australian, so they moved to Australia, and now they are also doing an online business, but living in a very quiet place, not in a big city.
Yes.
So they are having the same lifestyle you are talking about.
Yes.
So a lot of people also, what I recommend, of course, in Romania there are a lot of nice, quiet places, not big cities, where you can have a great, garden with a big house.
Great quality of life.
Yeah, you can have a lot of opportunities because in Romania internet is great and you have access to everything. So even if you are living in a village, you can...
This is a very funny thing because I live in a village, right? That is, I mean, it's an average kind of Romanian village. I've got, what is it, 1 meg fiber? 10 meg fiber, 1 meg. I've got 1 meg fiber from 2 different suppliers. So I've got 1 meg fiber and a 1 meg fiber backup. And we're in a village. You can't find that in most Western countries. It doesn't exist.
Yes.
So the idea of these digital nomad types, that's basically what I want the community to be. We don't need many, we just need a bunch of people with different skills because I want to start making videos about engineering and automated farming and this whole automated farming thing is super interesting. So we need the technical people to do it. So that's what the community is about.
Yes, it's something great. We can collaborate, we can work together, we can.
Well, I'm sure plenty of people that have come to you will be interested in what I'm doing, and hopefully people watching my channel will come and use your services. You said something when we were talking on the phone before we met, which I wanted to point out because this is what got my attention and made me want to come down here. You said about basically being completely transparent about everything you do and very clear about the timescales and not making people pay for things they don't need to pay for. I really like that. Honestly, I never heard someone offering your kind of services in Romania saying these things, and it's very important because people tend to go to lawyers because that's what they do in Western countries. They go to a lawyer, they set up a company, and it's a couple of €1,000, you know, for no reason, because it doesn't, like, I know what it costs because I can go to the company registrar and ask what the actual cost is, right?
Yes.
You know, but they play these kind of games, and then they say, oh, you have to put the address through us, and all. And before you know it, you're spending $3-4 grand a year just to own a company. It's ridiculous, right? So this is a very interesting thing, and I just wanted to emphasize that point to the followers.
I think that why is happening this in our company, because we are a middle company and we want to stay like this.
Yes.
Because in the big corporations there are a lot of hierarchy and bureaucracy, you know, and the owner in this case don't have contact with his clients.
Yes.
So, but here we as this is a business of mine and my husband, and we still have contact with clients. We didn't, because it's even if we have a great business, very profitable, and we can stay home because it's we have a passive income. I have employees. We still coming every day to work because we like what we do. It's like a hobby for us. We have contact with clients from all countries in the world. It's very interesting what we are doing. And we keep a very good prices, because also we work like for ourselves, because
Yes.
we came to Romania a lot of 30 years ago, like as students. So we passed personally through all these processes, starting from being a student.
Oh, you said to me before when we were talking originally that the reason you set up the business is because you hit all these problems personally.
Because we passed through all these challenges.
The best businesses are always solving real problems.
Yes.
Yeah, very
and
good.
we passed through these processes of residence permit, then with the problems with getting job, and then we set up a business. We got citizenship. And now we can share all our experience from because we have legal studies, we share from our personal experience and also from our professional experience. And we are working like these clients are our relatives, our friends.
Yes.
And we also create this community of returning clients.
Well, because of what you're doing, that was the other thing that got me
Yes.
interested, because if someone sets up a company with you, they're getting a good price and good value.
Yes.
There's no reason for them to go elsewhere.
Yes.
And they have to talk to you every year or so at some point.
They recommend their friends.
Yes.
So honestly, we don't have advertising for this type of service, because we have so many clients.
Yes.
They are coming to us by recommendation, by they have other services and coming. So it's a very great what we created here, and our employees also are very happy to work with us. And also I wanted to tell you that there are also cases, we have students, also for example, if a family, the foreign family came to Romania, we help them to obtain residence permits, then in future if they want citizenship. But if they have kids, it's a great opportunity for the kids to study here in international schools or in university. There are universities here in different languages, and we also obtain the residence permits for them. They also, our clients we can help with recognition of their diplomas and studies for work or for business.
Well, it sounds to me like anybody wanting any kind of document, you're a good person to call first. And yes, something else, an interesting thing that I thought is a good story to tell the followers. You said that there's a thing. I just found this interesting, that if Romanians have moved out of Romania like 100 or 150 years ago to another country, they've had. Their kids have had kids. Their kids have had those great grandkids have the ability to potentially get a Romanian passport because they have a hereditary line back to a Romanian, which I found fascinating.
Yes. So usually in all countries there are two possibilities to get citizenship for the territory. For example, in Romania, if you live 8 years, you will get citizenship. But if you are married with a Romanian citizen, in 5 years. But there is another law, so citizenship through blood. It means that if your parent was Romanian.
Yes.
You can, even if you live in US or other
This
country.
is what I was talking
Yes.
about. You told me about this. I
Yeah.
thought it was
So you
interesting.
can become a Romanian citizen. And actually, there is some standard legislation, but we found a very quick and fast procedure to obtain it without bureaucratic
Because
means.
I'm
Yes.
thinking there's probably a good number of people who, you know, if you've lived in America like 3 generations, you're probably, at some point I had some distant relative in Romania.
Yes.
You might not even realise that you've got the possibility to get a European Union passport.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's a Romanian passport, but it's part of the
Yes.
EU.
And
That's
it's a
a
good
big
question, because why they are coming to us to obtain the Romanian citizenship? Because, for example, their kids or grandkids want to study in Europe or in
Sure.
Romania, or to work here. So an European Union citizenship is a
Useful
great
thing,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. And you can travel in Europe free.
Did you come across people who didn't realise that when you talked to them, they didn't realise they could do this?
Yes,
Someone had tipped
we
them
have
off.
everyday clients coming to Notary Public for Notary Public Services, and I see that in their family, the family name is a Romanian one.
Right.
I said, "Look, you have a." He said, "Oh yeah, I didn't know."
Well, they don't know they could
I
get.
say, "Let's search your
That's
roots,"
really interesting,
because
isn't
we
it?
are working with the Archive,
Yes.
Archive Authority in Romania, Moldova, and Ukraine,
'Cause
because there are parts of Romania.
It's an interesting thing for Americans because, you know, like America is the only country on the planet that I'm aware of that taxes Americans even when they're not in America, right? So, you know, if you're an American that has had enough of being taxed even when you're not in the country and you want to give up your American passport for a European one, and you've got a bit of ancient Romanian relatives, this is an interesting idea. I'm curious now if anybody follows us up on this one.
So actually, we have very, very interesting cases with these archive documents. We make research.
This is with the National Archive you're talking about?
Yes, National Archive from Romania. So there are also some parts of Ukraine and the Moldovan. So it was a big Romania, yes, as you know. And we have clients asking us to find some archive for civil records, birth, marriage, or death of their ancestors, Romanian ancestor, to find the document. Because the first step is to find a proof that this person was born in that period.
How much success do you have with that? I mean,
we have 80% success because other documents are lost.
Yes.
Especially if your ancestor were Jew or other nationalities, because it was like periods where the documents were destroyed.
Destroyed, yeah.
Yeah, but we have success with this because if we don't find in Romanian archives, we go to Moldovan or Ukrainian, you know, because there are some territories very. It depends what was the region.
Territories that have changed hands.
And when we found this document, we start the process of to obtain the citizenship for the blood. And we have very interesting documents, a very old one. It's a very interesting work we are doing here. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yes. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. I hope we're going to turn out to give each other some good business, and we'll no doubt be back to make some more. We're thinking about making, if we get a lot of interest from this, we're thinking about making some more specific videos about the specific subjects.
Of course.
And that's it. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye bye.